I want to say this.
Okay.
We hoped you and wait, no. If you love wait. Back in. Welcome to Thoughts in the Glass podcast. I'm LaToya.
I'm Kendra.
And this is a weekly podcast where two friends come together to talk about life, love, laughter, and all the in between.
So sit back, relax, grab yourself a drink, and join us on this journey of real, raw, and hilarious commentary. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you get down into those comments and chat with us, and we will definitely respond. I'll be in the comments.
We appreciate your feedback. So every week we start off our podcast with a drink of the night. So Kendra, what's our drink tonight?
Well, first let's say Happy Valentine's Day to the watchers, supporters, commentary. Happy Valentine's Day to the community. So tonight I just want to do something easy, and we are just having a glass of red wine. It's from Riscata, and so they have a white. I really like them, and they have like a sweet wine. So this is more like a dessert wine,
like a sweet red.
It's a sweet red. That's my preference. But I really highly recommend them, and they are definitely tasty. So,
okay,
clean.
Cheers.
And cheers to that. So, of course, we started off last episode with
the Black
History Month. So we're going to stay on trend with Black History Month and the arts, which is the theme for this year. And so with it being Valentine's Day, I would like to do our Black History facts on Miss Anne Hobson Pilot. She is a Black American harpist.
Okay.
And so just a little bit about her. She is a classical music legend. She's a veteran harpist. She was the first Black female principal player in a major symphony orchestra.
Wow.
She is amongst the likes of Leonard Bernstein, Aaron Copland, and Yo-Yo Ma.
Okay.
So I recommend, if you want to find something new about someone, check out Anne Hobson Pilot. And we will try to insert a picture of her throughout the podcast. But I was watching TikTok, and Haley Bailey did a session with her song Halo, and had a harpist doing the instrumental.
Cool.
And I was just like, it's so many strings. It's so detailed. The harpist was Black. She was beautiful.
That's awesome.
And so I was just like, that'd be a perfect. I think a lot of people don't think about that as in the instrument family, right?
That's true.
Unless you see it, or every time somebody's going to heaven, it's played like that. But I just thought that this would be something new and a lot of things that people didn't learn about. So
I love it. Take
an opportunity to check her out. She's a beautiful harpist. And so. With that being said,
so how was your weekend?
Let's talk about it. So the weekend was fine. I don't really be planning on doing much. I am tired of spending money. The holidays were just trash McGee. And my preference is just for a few months, just get into a lot of spending. We have every month this year is already scheduled something every month. And this is the only thing, ladies, I know it's Valentine's Day, everybody want to be with somebody, everybody want love and all of the things. Having a partner is exhausting.
Amen.
Because you don't only have your family, you have their family, things that they want to do, and it adds just more to the plate.
Yep.
And then as a woman, being responsible for the planning and the execution and hey, let's sit down and map out. That's another loaded thing added to all the other things that you have to do.
Yeah.
So these last few weekends, I've just taken the opportunity to kind of just chill, do some house cleaning, things like that. My work week, it was fine. I am just in a space where, and I'm trying to have my attitude match what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because what I'm saying is like, oh, it's fine. But my face is saying, why are you talking to me? why? And my whole body language is giving that, and I'm trying to be better, but in my mind, I'm just like, I don't stop. I didn't figure it out. I know I had the same right last week, but it doesn't stop. It does not stop. So, yeah. But how was yours?
What did I didn't get into much, which is unusual for me because normally I'm like booked and busy. I'm like doing everything.
So you didn't go out or do anything?
So I did go out, celebrate my cousin's birthday. That was fun. But other than that, I really didn't do a lot. However, it's getting ready to ramp up for me. Okay. I've got the candle business. I usually do pop-up shops. Okay. The event planning business. We've got some things on the table. So in a way, I'm like, you haven't been doing anything, but take this time to rest because you're getting ready to be busy every weekend. Right. On the other hand, I'm like, man, normally I'm out doing stuff and it feels weird. Right. To not really be doing anything. Right, yeah. So, it was an easy week.
Good. Well, that's all, I think that's always the best. Easy weeks are cool. It's just when I'm at work and it's an easy week, in my mind, I'm like, I could be home doing other things. I really could be taking care of this, doing this, and I'm sitting here not. However, I appreciate it when it's the job, and I appreciate it when it's slow. Like, I appreciate it when it's slow, but in my mind, if I have a lot to do, I'm like, oh, I could be doing these things. Yeah. But when it's super busy at work and I feel like I can't catch my breath, I don't like that either. So, I'm just picky. Needless to say, I'm just a picky person.
So it's Valentine's Day.
So it is Valentine's Day.
And what does that mean to you?
I was never like a big proponent of Valentine's Day. I enjoy the holidays. I was single for a very long time, so that's why I wasn't a big. Oh, you gotta give me stuff. My kids though, because I always would do like little stuff for them. So now they are huge into Valentine's Day, and I'm kind of like, so I have to, of course, make it really big for them. And then of course. A few years ago when we lost Jay, it was on all of that. Actually, the start of it was on Valentine's Day. So I've started to try to do stuff with the kids just so that that's not the lasting memory of the only thing they think about when Valentine's Day comes up. So now with most holidays, because of that and because losing a life so young, I celebrate them. I celebrate all holidays really big because you just, in my mind now, you just don't know when the last one. So. What about you?
My mom was like you. She definitely made sure we had stuff. Every year she would get us a little something, and I looked forward to that. But for me personally, I'm not okay, I shouldn't say that. I like to celebrate holidays, but I think I'm just more so a celebrate with people kind of person. I don't like really get into gifts. Okay. I think it's more I and we've talked about this before, but I'm more of an experience kind of person. If you say like, let's come over, let's do dinner, you know, and it's a whole thing, then I'm into it. But if it's just, I'm gonna give you something, you gonna give me something, I could have
used that money for something I really wanted.
Yeah, or if I wanted that, I would have bought that for myself, you know. So I think that's the difference for me. And not to say that just because I don't want to, like, or just because I'm not really into things like that, or giving gifts like that I don't do it. I still do. I just, the meaning to me, like, I may not remember years down the road that you had given me a teddy bear or something. But if my significant other had just planned a really nice date, maybe we went to see some live music or whatever, I would remember that. Like, more so.
No, I get that. I definitely get that. But with that being said, I'm a gift giver. And so I do have a gift.
I know you do.
For the day. And it's some stuff for myself. But I'm
wait a minute.
I'm giving a gift.
Get some stuff for yourself.
I mean, because you ain't like experiences. You're not going to experience it without me.
Okay. Well, good thing I had that in the back of my mind, because I was like, here she comes. And let me make sure I grab a little something.
A little something, Jay.
Just a little something.
So I figured there's some stuff that you can have for your desk.
Oh, this is so cute.
I thought it would be so...
I'm embarrassed. You did good.
I just feel like I love when people have like their little, stuff for their desk. You can have that for, when you go back to work and people were like, oh, you have a little something.
Girl.
So, and I know you just mentioned that.
You did too much. I didn't know this was what we was going to do.
Well, listen, one of my love languages is giving gifts. So.
I can't stand y'all.
And I love surprising people and them thinking it's going to be like a do. But yeah, so this, I feel like we can do this together. We can, it's like,
I say champagne toppers.
Yes, so.
And then you bought the champagne.
So little champs. But this is like these are.
We should have did that for the drink of the night.
I'm thinking, so this is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm thinking that come spring, we can try
these. Okay.
And have them for spring. But so it has the raspberry Bellini, mango Bellini, grapefruit Bellini, and the blood orange Bellini.
Okay.
So we're all set.
We have our drinks for the spring, yeah.
Yes. Well, Bellinis, I guess.
Yeah. That's super cute.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed.
No. I
really
love it. I love it.
I was like, I know she's gonna walk in here with something, so let me just grab something real quick. And
surprise.
Yeah.
So,
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
So, do you have? Well, you're welcome. Let me say that first. Mm-hmm. Do you have any Valentine's Day plans? Are you planning anything for your man?
So, yes.
Okay.
And back to love languages. He's a gift too.
Okay.
Like gifts is one of his love languages. Quality time is mine.
Right.
Acts of service.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm probably giving him what I want, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and got a hotel room for us. So we could spend a couple nights and kind of like whatever. And I was thinking, little candles, little dinner, but like room service. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then watch some TV and
just kind of kick back.
Whatever happens after that happens.
Rendezvous.
I got a cute little
a little little teddy situation.
A little lingerie situation. So that's what I had planned.
Okay.
I probably do need to pick him up a little something because he does like gifts, but I'm so over it. What do you want? Anything that I could think of, you either can literally get yourself, or B, probably don't even really need for real. I don't know. Maybe I'll get something like, I don't know what I'll get. Okay. Give me some ideas.
I don't know. So
because he's not even really a drinker, so I can't even get like a bottle of like whatever his favorite drink is. I mean, he'll do an old fashioned, but he's not really a drinker per se. So I'm just like,
I mean, it's hard.
Like socks, lame.
No,
boxers, lame. And I've done that before. Like I've done socks, I've done boxers, I've done candy, it's just like, we've been doing this 11 years. What do you want?
It's hard. Guys are hard.
Guys are hard.
Well, some guys are hard because my partner, he's not hard. He's expensive.
Okay.
I would prefer hard and for me to have to think than expensive. Because he likes watches. I can go get a watch. I can go get a cologne. We took a bartending class together. And so now he's a connoisseur of drinks in his mind. I love you, but in your mind. So, and he really likes like a whiskey, and he's not just like your American or
he wants like the
Japanese whiskeys.
Yeah.
I want to try to taste this, and then he and one of his friends actually are trying to get into making
their own. Oh, nice.
Yeah, starting out their own with whiskey brand. So it's I have a gambit of things, right? One of the issues is that he will purchase it himself, and so if I don't get it in time, or if I get it prior to me knowing he's got it, it's a waste. Yeah. And then it's expensive as heck. I was looking at some of these watches, and I'm like, sir.
Yeah. It gets ridiculous.
It tells the same time as the other one. So what do you?
Don't even get me started on that. Don't get me started on that.
But in all of that, I understand that people value
different things,
and people value like I am a gift giver. Gifts I like them, but it's not a big thing because that wasn't always the things that I would get.
But do you also prefer gifts being given to you?
No.
See, that's interesting.
No, I like giving people things, but I'm not a big I'm big on quality time. I'm big on really like acts of service, not me having to tell you about like if we're having a general conversation, and I mention, oh, I need such and such, but just in conversation, and then the next day you're like, oh, I went ahead and picked up such and such. I feel like you're being attentive,
okay,
and I feel like you're listening, and those are the things that I care about and appreciate, like because like you said, I can go buy the things that I really want,
right.
But I will say, and which was one of the nice things that I did for a gift for Christmas. Back in the summer, I was looking at a watch, and I was like, oh, I really wanted to get this watch, but I'm like, do I really want to get it now, or I can wait? So I waited, and I promise you, I have not thought about this watch since the summer.
So does that mean that because you waited and you haven't thought about it, that means I really don't want it for real?
No, it wasn't that. It's just I was like, I'm gonna go back. But the watch it was all the way out of Leesburg at the outlet, and so I was like, I'll just go back and get it. But by the time I was getting ready to go back and get it, I don't know what made us be like, no, we just gotta get ready to go. And I was like, well, maybe I'll come back another weekend. And it just kind of life happens. You don't think about it. So for Christmas, he got me that watch.
Oh.
And I was like, well, how did you even remember? He's like, no, I went back that same day
he went back and got it. Now that's super sweet.
Let me get it now because if she comes back, it will already be gone.
Okay, but then here's my question: is it the watch or is it the action?
It's the action.
The thought. Yeah,
it's the
because
thought,
I feel like if he had done that, even if it was like a T-shirt you saw or a hat or anything, so I agree with you. That would have been touching to me as well, but not because you got the watch, but because you remembered something and did it for me.
Right.
You know, it really could be anything.
Right.
Just the fact that you're paying attention.
You're paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my biggest thing. It's like I appreciate the gift, but when you take and put thought into it, or it's like, let me get it because I know that she really wants it, and I would like to be the person to gift this for her. You know, those are the things that I definitely appreciate. So he gets a star for that.
That was super sweet.
Yes.
Is he gifts? Like, is his love language gifts?
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know because if I'm out, I don't mind picking up stuff, right? Oh, I saw such and such. I think these look nice. And I don't think that sometimes in your life, you don't really get that. So you don't know how to receive it. Because in the beginning of our relationship, I was like, well, you know, give me a list of things that you want for, you know, Christmas or for your birthday. I don't really want anything. And I'm like, do you not want anything, or you're just not used to receiving anything?
Yeah.
Right? So we kind of, around Christmas time, we did kind of not have any kind of like argument, but the girls wanted to get him something. Jayla don't have a job. And, you know, Janae only makes a small amount. So I was like, what? He's like, well, I want this. And I said, what is it that you want that someone with low means can get you that you would need, that you would want? oh, nothing, because, you know, I usually just buy myself, you know, the stuff that I want myself, which I understand. However, I feel like maybe if you've been disappointed more in your life, then you don't.
You take on that mentality.
You take on that mentality. So we had a conversation that kind of irritated me until I was like, you know what, I can't fault him for this, you know, for having that feeling or whatever. So he did.
But like, oh, go ahead.
So he did end up telling the girls, you know, stuff that he actually needed.
Mm-hmm.
That was inexpensive. Like he needed some teacup candles because he does fragrances.
Right.
And then he likes different colognes. So Janae was able to get him some oils.
Right.
Things that you can still utilize.
Yeah.
But don't cost a whole lot. So kind of working through, we are a family that loves to shower.
Yeah.
Right. And so it may not be like an absorbent amount of money, but trust and believe it's going to be thought out, and we're not going to get you something that stink or just to say we gave you something kind of thing. So but my preference is quality time, being around each other.
So if your preference is quality time, how do you communicate that? Because like you're giving gifts, but you prefer quality time given back to you.
Because I say it.
Okay.
I make it very much known now. Because
I feel like most of the time people they are loving people in their own love language. Like for me, you know, just realizing that, dang, what I had planned is more like a quality time type of thing. And I understand that that's me loving him in my love language because that's what I would want. And he'll do the same thing. Like he'll buy me everything, like anything. He's like, oh, I saw these shoes, I saw it, and I'm like, thanks, you know. And I get it. He's loving me and through his love language, and so I feel like most people do that. So it's interesting that you say like, well, I'm a gift giver, but I want quality time
because I try to give people the love language in which I see them giving me, right? So if I know that you're not a gift giver, I like people's surprise face, and I like because the thing is, once you see somebody's like, oh, I thought about this, and you're like, oh my God, it's not even, that wasn't registered on my mind. Right? Like, oh, well, now I can just have water. I don't have to bring my water anymore. I don't have to bring a water bottle every day. I can just have it at my desk, or, you know, I could just descend and forth. So it's more of, it's not necessarily for me saying, I'm going to give you something just to give you a gift. It's because I put thought into it, and that's my way of saying, hey, I'm thinking of you. Now, for me, the way of I'm thinking of you for me is, hey, let's hang out. I want to spend time with you. I want to get involved. And I think that when I give a gift, I'm doing all of that and also giving.
Okay. It's like the physical representation of doing all of that.
Of doing all of the things.
It.
Yeah. So, So with your love language being quality time, and you know that he is it hard for you?
Yes.
To do that? And it's hard for you to receive?
Yes, because I mean, so my top two, and they're pretty equal, is quality time and acts of service, and I'm basing it off of the 5 love languages. I know now we've entered into like a space where people's like everything is a love language, right? And it is, and I get it. Yeah. But I'm just talking about the 5 love languages, like from the book, the 5 love languages. So my top are acts of service and quality time, and they're both pretty equal. And his top is gifts and physical touch, and I think physical touch may be higher than gifts, right? So it is hard because when I say quality time, I want to sit and watch a movie and then discuss it, or, you know, I don't just want you in the room watching the movie with me. I want engagement, right? Okay. And he's like, you know, he's like, I don't even care what's on TV.
Right.
And I'm like, you didn't just see that part that just happened? And he's like, girl, I'm on my phone. And I'm like, but I don't feel like you're here with me. And he's like, I'm laid up. Like, I'm here with you.
Right.
And I'm like, but no, I need you to be, like, into it as well and, like, engaging with me. So, and I mean, over time, you realize, like, that you can't force that on a person. Like, if they're not into it, they're just not into it. He's doing the best he can. He's showing up. He's here with me. Sometimes he will engage. You know, if it's something he's interested in, he's like, yeah, I saw that, or that was crazy, or whatever. Sometimes he won't. Sometimes he's on his phone, and I just have to understand that that's not a slight against me. Right. It's just we are interpreting quality time in two different ways, and we're both trying to get what we need out of it, right? So it's hard, but then at the same time, you get into like a balance of we're doing the best we can, right? And it's doing the best you can to love the other person, so
in the way that they need to be loved.
And so I take that into consideration that it's not like he's just giving me the bare minimum, but he's trying to love me in my love language, which is effort in itself. Right. So if this is how much he can give, instead of seeing that as, but you're not doing it fully.
Right. He's giving you the fullness of himself.
Exactly. And I have learned to see it that way. Yeah. Like, he's giving as much as he can in a specific lane that you have set the parameters for. Right. Okay, I accept that. Yeah. And I think it's hard for him the other way around because already I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't get anything. It's Valentine's Day. Like, I set everything up, but, like, I don't have a gift. So I already know, like, whatever I get at this point is going to be, like, a last minute thing. And I hope he'll see that, like, I tried. Right. I tried. Right. But that's not my thing. So it's hard for me to think of, like, what you would want that's meaningful and all of that.
So, question. So, does he have, like, a favorite store?
I was going to say bodybuilder.com.
Okay. So if he's into that, where does he get his workout clothes from?
Nike or Under Armour. Like.
So have you ever, like, thought about just doing, like, gift cards?
I have. I've done gift cards. Actually, that's kind of my go-to. Okay. I do, yeah. Uh-huh. Like, if I can't think of nothing else, I'm just going to get you a gift card. Yeah. And I think he likes that, but I feel like he may be thinking, like, it really wasn't no thought put into that.
Well, I think that if you articulate it in the right way, because you don't know exactly what that person would necessarily want. Over the weekend, we went shopping, and we only had the middle and the baby. So Jonathan was gone, Janae was gone. Jayla wants to go to Under Armour. Okay, I want a 2-piece suit. You ain't got no money, but she wants a 2-piece suit. Cool. So we go in there, we're looking around, and she finds this really nice jacket. Looks really nice, feels really nice. And so he's in there, he's like, Jayla's like, I don't really see anything but this. And he's like, I see everything I want, right? And I'm like, this is not cheap. Yeah. This is expensive. And so Jayla's like, well, Ma, let's get him to buy for us. We'll all have matching ones. And I was like, no. I said, we have some stuff that has, we're trying to do some vacations coming up. So we're putting some things. And I was like, so she was like, I said, but I'll get yours. So she goes over to him and says, oh, well, look, we can all get matching. And he's like, yeah, all right, whatever. And so when I walk over, and I was like, so are you going to do it or not? Because I'm like, I'm ready to get out of this store. And he's like, are you serious? And I was like, yes, go get the daggone jacket. He's like, well, you ain't got to tell me twice. So I'm like, so for me, because I know that he likes it, but I don't know what he would purchase, I'm going to put a nice little piece of change on the gift card. Okay. And be like, listen, I don't know what you want. I may not even know your size right now, but I know you love this store. And to take I want you to go in there and ball out. And so presenting it in a way of, I can't give you exactly what you want, but I know where you want to be. Yeah. And I'm gonna put some money on you. Yeah. So it might work. That might help. And just kind of really knowing what he into. One of the things I think I'm gonna purchase, and he's always trying to do something. So he told me the other day he bought a guitar that 2 years ago that has been hanging on that wall since he bought the damn guitar. I'm gonna learn how to play the guitar.
I did that during COVID. I took guitar lessons.
I said, when you going to learn the guitar? He's like, I got to get into it. I said, it's been 2 years. But then when we were talking about like Christmas, what do you want? He was like, I think I want to get into, what's the one? It's a word for the bow and arrow.
Archery.
Mm-hmm. I said, where you going to archer at? You work Monday through Saturday. And on Sunday is family day. Where you going to archer? I mean, I'm going to figure it out.
Okay. When? All right.
So I was like, I was thinking about getting him an archery set. Mm-hmm. And being like, now go archer.
So you enable this behavior.
I am an enabler. I am an enabler when it comes to that.
So, yeah, well, I guess I'll figure it out. But what do you have planned?
We are going out of town. Mm-hmm. We're going down to see his mom, sister, and brother. So the weekend of Valentine's Day. And because of that, we're doing it the day before. Mm-hmm. And we're just doing dinner. Okay. I haven't picked up anything yet. Because honestly, right now, I don't really know. It may just be like a gift card. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like trying to figure out a watch. And then him being like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I need the pictures or the thing. I may do a nice gift card to Under Armour and then a nice cologne.
Yeah. Guys are super hard because, like, as easy as it was for you to get, like, little trinkets for me, mm-hmm. and I'm like, oh, that was so nice. Right. Guys are different. Like, you can't get him, like, little trinkets and he'd be like, oh, that was so nice. Like, they
want the most.
Yeah, they want the most.
They want to be baddies. As they say, they want to be bad.
I'm not gonna get into that. What is his sign?
He is a Taurus.
Oh man, my husband's a Taurus too. You know what though? That kind of makes sense to me because Tauruses are into materialistic. Like that's mm-hmm. one of their traits. Is like materialistic mm-hmm. things. Mm-hmm. So I get it, mm-hmm. but then I'm like, I don't know, like there has to be. So this is what I think about it. Mm-hmm. Your sun sign is doesn't fully encompass who you are. Mm-hmm. Obviously, there mm-hmm. are a bunch of different zodiac placements,
right,
for every person. Mm-hmm. So every Taurus is not the same, right? I think when it comes to like love though, mm-hmm. and like how people experience love, who they're compatible with, mm-hmm. I think it's more connected to your moon sign because the moon sign is more the emotional part of you.
Okay.
That's just my hot take. Like,
okay.
I'm not an astrologist, even though I really like it. I love astrology. I be into it. And I do feel like it's the moon sign though that kind of speaks to like who you are romantically. Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean also your Venus sign too, because Venus is like the love deep sign. Into it.
Girl, what you talk about?
Like, okay. Do you know your top three? Your sun, your moon, and
what did I say? So I know some of
your rising sign.
I'm a Leo. I think I'm a Virgo. Is my rising and my moon? I can't remember what my moon was.
I think you're a Virgo moon, Cancer rising.
I think it's a Cancer. I think it is Cancer.
Because I feel like I asked you this before.
Yes, I think it is Cancer.
So I'm Virgo rising and Gemini moon. Mm-hmm. So for me, it makes a lot of sense. Like Gemini is the sign of communication, right? Mm-hmm. So, and Libra, which is my sun sign, is also an air sign. Air signs deal with kind of thoughts, being in your head. Mm-hmm. So for me, romantically, to feel like, you know, it's the actions, the things that you do for me, and wanting to connect and communicate. That makes sense to me. Like, I feel like the Gemini moon kind of...
Oh, no, I'm a Virgo moon.
Oh, you're Virgo moon? Okay.
I think it's a Cancer.
I said that. Virgo moon, Cancer rising.
Okay. Joe, let me tell you what I don't know. I don't know the language. I don't know the lingo.
I said that.
I don't know the lingo, y'all.
But yeah, so I feel like that plays a part too. I mean, not everybody believes in it, and like, whatever. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But I definitely feel like that plays a part into it. My husband's an Aries moon, which Aries, those are fire signs. They gotta get active. And they're
fire
also
signs is about that.
Yeah, but Aries, they're also the babies of the zodiac, right? So that let me hear yeah. But they are, and so for them, everything is all about new experiences, kind of learning things for the first time. So I think for him, the fact that he's a Taurus, which I know that's where the gifts comes from. I think the physical touch comes from the Aries moon, just kind of wanting things to be tangible, and then being a little bit more passionate. He would probably be like, that has nothing to do with it. I just am who I am. But I feel like it has a lot to do with it.
I would assume so, because I am a Leo, so I'm all of those things. And then with my Virgo, and it's like, so our Virgo's like a more artsy.
They can be a little bit more artsy, but they're also very like they can be a bit of overthinkers, but they're also very perfectionist. And I definitely pick that up.
Yeah, because that's my thing. So like, I'm all into like the attention and all of the things and all of the blah 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 boom, but everything has to be
like in order and
perfect. Like if it's not, then it's not perfect. Then it can't be the blah 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 boom comes after the background perfection. And so,
but see, that makes sense to me. Even the Cancer rising makes sense, because Cancers are like the nurturers of the zodiac. So that makes a lot of sense.
This has been, because and then the thing is, all of the signs outside. I mean, my other child, she is. So I have two. I have two cusps. Virgo. I have a Aries Pisces and a Gemini Cancer. My Aries and I can be like this, but we fight. My Virgo Cancer, we are the same in a sense, and she wants to be the adult. We're battling at the adult stage of the nurturing part, because you're not the adult.
Yeah, but she can't help that. She can't help that.
To stop.
That's just that Cancer. They are so they can be so nurturing. I mean, they are still represented by the crab, so they can pinch you, right? But at the same time, that duality is there, and that's not anything she's gonna be able to help. Like,
and then on the cusp, having the Gemini. I don't know who I'm getting it. What day?
I think that's a myth about Geminis, for people to be like it's really a myth, because it's not that they're, even though they're represented by the twins, it's not that they're two different people. It's that they have, I would say, of all the signs, they have probably the most defined duality, meaning like, I can be high and I can be low. All of the signs are like that. All of the signs can, have a positive and a negative. Right. It's just that with Gemini, theirs is very defined. Like, you can clearly see when they're in their positive mode and when they're in their negative mode.
And I don't like it. Because I don't know who I'm getting. I don't know if I'm getting positive Sue or negative Sue.
I guess I get that.
And so you don't know what face. I don't. It's the same face, but I don't know what's behind it.
Yeah, I get that.
So, but yeah, girl,
I get that. They say that I've always read that the most I've always read that the most compatible sign for Libras were Aquarius. Okay. I've read that. Okay. But now I'm looking at this list and it's saying that Virgos and Cancers or Pisces, Scorpio I don't agree with any of it.
Okay.
First of all, Scorpio. Oh, they say Scorpio is you're repelled by, so those are the ones you should. Scorpios are good friends for me.
Okay.
Like a lot of my really good friends are Scorpios.
Okay.
For whatever reason, we click as like friends.
Gotcha.
Being together though, I've only dated one Scorpio. It was passionate, so I feel like we get the passion part, but it was really nothing else.
Okay.
It was like we were dating, but we should have just been a hookup,
right?
Kind of thing.
So mine's were my compatibility is so usually always would get Sagittarius and Aries. But this one says Sagittarius and Cancer. So I've never dated a Cancer. I've dated a Leo, I've dated an Aries, I've dated a Sagittarius, and so now I'm dating a Taurus. So I've dated the ones that they told me that I was compatible with. Thank you. I can't stand none of them niggas. Not near none of them. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop this with that. I'm sorry. Aries, they want the newness. This is just my experience.
Yeah.
Right? They want the newness, but revert to the comfortable.
I can see that.
And as soon as something puts them in a position of getting themselves together, they revert back.
Okay.
Sagittarius are manipulators, and they cannot I love it's a whole gambit. I know quite a few Sagittarius, men and women, and one of the same traits that they have is this playing the victim card. And that drives me crazy. So I don't agree. I'm going to say for me. And maybe because and I've dated a Leo. And I don't like
How was that? Like
so,
Leo.
The thing is, as a female, you have intuitions regardless of, you know. We were fun. We were fun. He just had other demons in his own personality, but we were fun. But outside of that, if you don't have, you can have all of the same qualities, but if you don't rise to the occasion, rise to the type of quality that you have or what you can be, then you don't be a good person. I know one thing that I know for me, and I know a lot, I think a lot of Leos kind of go through this but aren't able to recognize it. We are addicted to things. We have an addictive spirit.
Maybe not addictive, but hyperfixating.
Yes, maybe that. Because there are certain things that it's something that we want. But everybody that I know, one of the things is hard workers. They definitely keep a job, do what they're supposed to do. But the people that I'm supposed to be compatible with, I don't. It's not.
But like I say, I think we read these lists, but at the same time, there's so much in a person's personality that makes up a person that I feel like you can't just go off of that.
Just the main of what your sign is from what you're
because somebody could be a Leo but have they could be Scorpio moon. So while like you were saying, while you have these certain characteristics, there are other characteristics about you
that change the dynamics.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, let me tell you something. It's too much to know.
I love it.
It's too much to delve into.
Yeah, I get it.
It's like the big three plus this, plus that.
It'd be a lot.
And plus 4.
Yeah.
I just don't.
But I love that because I feel like that's what makes people. You know what I mean? Like instead of, and I feel like this is where people get turned off with astrology. Instead of putting everybody in the world into a box of 12 different signs, you got to understand that it's a combination of different attributes, and any of those attributes could be a part of a different sign. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And once you get your whole birth chart of where all your placements are for you in particular, that's what makes you unique. And so I love that. I love the fact that like it's not just the 12 signs and you are what you are, but it's really, hey, you're a combination of things. All of these things. And that's what makes you specifically who you are. Like a lot of people would say, so I either get two things when I tell people I'm a Libra. I'm either not like any Libras they know, or I'm just like
every Libra they know.
But it's like there's so many different things that make up the sign, or that make up who you are as a person outside of your sun sign, that you can't really compare one Libra to the next or one Leo to the next. So. But anyway,
and then you talk about July Leos, August Leos, child.
It all makes
August
a difference.
Virgos, September Virgos. It's just it a whole thing.
It is a thing. It's a thing.
All right, so now we want to get into our favorite segment. Am I the asshole?
Yeah. All right, let's get into it.
This Am I the Asshole? It's triggering.
Okay.
It is triggering for me. It's just triggering for me. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, so I'm going to let me get this up and going so that I can see y'all. I'm wearing my glasses today so I can see. Come on, open it. Okay, so am I the asshole for not getting my wife anything for Valentine's Day?
No, but go ahead.
Okay. I'm in trouble this week, and I'm not sure if I'm not sure that I deserve it. I, 35 female, did not get anything from my wife, 36 female, for Valentine's Day this year. Hear me out. I told her in August since I am going to be unemployed and going to law school full time for the next 3 years, I won't be getting her or anyone else a present for the next 3 years. Mentioned it to her multiple times. She was then kind of mad at me for not getting her anything for Christmas despite this, but she got over it rather quickly. Monday morning, I text her Happy Valentine's Day. She leaves work before I get up. So she's leaving for work before you even have gotten out of bed. I'm triggered already, but we'll continue. I did not get her any presents because I don't have any money. She got me a bag of jelly beans for Valentine's Day. You probably get them from the Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree, whatever. I did not think anything of it, but thanked her anyway. She was very, very mad. I didn't get her a gift for Valentine's Day. She said that I could have gotten her a small gift or even something homemade. I told her it didn't even cross my mind as I didn't have money for a gift, but I'll think about that in the future. I then made her a homemade card. So like after she has now said something, she made her a homemade card. But she said it didn't count because she had to say something. She also knows that I do not like Valentine's Day as it reminds me of my school being shot in 2008. I also have had a cold all week and haven't been feeling well. She's still mad at me on Tuesday and reiterated the same points. It's now Thursday and she says that she wants to forgive me but is still upset and feels that I am not getting her something means I don't care. I said I don't feel like that. I shouldn't have to apologize as I told her I wouldn't have the money to get anyone a gift for months. Am I the asshole? So I'm gonna let you as the anti-gift giver. So I'm just playing.
I guess for me, it kind of goes back to love languages. It sounds like for her partner that giving gifts is important because even though she gave the caveat ahead of time that I'm not going to be doing this, when it didn't happen for Christmas, she had an attitude.
Okay.
I will say maybe she's a little bit of an asshole because, well, no, I can't even say that because I was going to say it's the thought that counts. And if you couldn't give a gift, you could do something.
Right.
But after she seen how upset her wife was, she did go back and do something. I think for the wife to still have an issue, it's like, okay, I guess I feel like this. I've made a mistake. I can't go back in the past and change it.
Correct.
All I can do is make better choices moving forward.
Okay.
I think she acknowledged that. She apologized. She said, I'll keep that in mind for next time. And then she went back and did make something. Granted, you had to tell her, but once you told her, anything she does after that point is going to be, well, I had to tell you. So I feel like you can't continue to be upset with the person for whatever they do after you bring it up, because anything she would have done after the fact is going to be, well, I had to say something. Look, either you forgive me and you see that I'm trying to do something different, that I acknowledge that I was wrong and I'm trying to do something different, or you just want to hold a grudge. And I think for the wife to say, I'm trying to forgive you, but I'm not over it, that's the real answer. It's not, I'm upset because you did something after the fact. It's just, it's taken me a while to get over this. Like, I feel like you don't care. And I get that. And I feel like that's the meat of the problem. Yeah. It's not about the gift that you did or didn't get.
Right.
It's the fact that this to her is signaling that you don't care.
Right.
And whatever you tried to communicate about your financial situation, it did not translate into what it needed to translate into for the wife. So if your financial situation is not good, you would have still needed to figure out a way to show her that you care.
Right.
It's like, I don't have money, but I care. Like, it could have been breakfast in bed. It was a lot of things you could have done with not having money.
Right.
But I kind of understand that somebody that's not a gift giver, I kind of understand I understand I've given a caveat, and so that relieves me from, but no, I guess I don't, because the caveat relieves me from doing anything financially. It doesn't relieve me from not doing anything at all. And so she is wrong on that, not doing anything at all.
Libra math is the constant mental gymnastics of hearing how someone could be right, but also knowing where they're wrong.
When she was chastised about it, she made a correction. So it's kind of like, can you continue to be mad after she made a correction?
So I think I would. So this is, I'm making a whole backstory.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you all the whole backstory in my mind. The scenario I have come up with my mind. Okay. So I'm thinking about it like this. You're a 35-year-old woman who is now in law school that does not have a job.
Right.
So that means, how are you eating? Because I go to work every day. How are you sleeping? Because I pay the bills. So you're living a comfortable life of leisure on the back of me. Okay. You didn't give me anything for Christmas. Okay. You saw that I was set, but I kind of got over it. So if you think about, okay, August, September, October, November, December, I'm paying all the bills, but it's not bothering me as much. You didn't give me anything for Christmas. I was kind of upset. We moved on. But now here we are in February, and you're telling me, once I got upset in December, it didn't trigger to you, okay, the next holiday, because I'm not contributing, I'm going to do something. If she gets up before me to go to work, and I haven't even gotten my ass out the bed to make her lunch, because she could have a salad or something to go with lunch, or made her a card that said, hey, I just want to let you know, on this Valentine's Day, I appreciate you. I appreciate you giving me the leeway to follow my dreams while you get up and go to work every day. There are so many instances of showing appreciation without spending $1, especially if you are not working.
Yeah.
And you're able to follow your dreams off of the back of somebody else having to go in every day.
Yeah.
It's as simple as, it's very simple. And to say, oh, well, because of the school shooting happens every time.
Yeah.
I lost my child on Valentine's Day. That doesn't mean you stop being in life and making sure that the person that you're with is not feeling appreciated. If you know a gift or an act of service or something to acknowledge it means something to them. I didn't see her say, you had to buy me the moon.
It's also the thought that counts, because time too can when you don't have money, sometimes you can use time on your side. For example, and this would have taken a lot of thought, but if you saw how she reacted at Christmas, maybe you might have gotten some seeds or something from the dollar store and planted some flowers and been like, oh, babe, I couldn't buy you roses, but I've been working on this since Christmas. You know, it could have really been the thought that counts.
Right.
Like, it could have really been the thought that counts.
And I think that was my frustration with this. And I feel like people use school or I didn't have an opportunity. You had all weekend. You have an opportunity to make time for what you want to make time for. And if your spouse or the person that you're with is not number 3 on that list, because you might be God, your children, then however you have it on your
they should be in your top 5 or your top 3.
Your big 3.
Yeah,
I best be up in that.
Yeah.
Right. So, but to not do something as small as that, and I think the other thing of why she's still upset after the fact, and being able to say, oh, you know, this you're doing this afterwards, right? If you waited, honestly, some time to think about it, like if you waited until the weekend and said, you know what, I know I didn't really get you anything for Valentine's Day, and I took some time and I realized how much it meant to you, right? So this is not going to, and again, this is a scenario in my mind. I don't know what she said, but I know you're not going to be able to move past what happened on Monday. But today, I just want to make sure that I celebrate you and show you my appreciation and thank you for giving me the opportunity to follow my dream. I think doing it the next day, it does taint it a bit. Yeah. Because it's like I just said something to you. Like it's like you tell your kids, you come in. I thought I'd ask y'all to clean up. Oh, we clean up. I'm gonna clean up right now. But I had to act like you should have did that while I was at work. You've been home all summer. So that means you don't hold value into the same thing that I'm trying to hold value into. Yeah. So I think I would consider her the asshole because, and I think, and I mean, maybe this is a little sexist, so don't shoot me because I'm a little sexist, but you're a female.
I mean, it is sexist because you're a female, but if you have been kind of playing I'm not going to say playing because I don't want to offend anybody.
Right, that's the other thing. We don't want to be offensive.
Yes, you're a female, but not all females are into the details. Not all females are
emotional.
Yeah, or you know, into that little kind of stuff. Like some females can be very one-track mind. Some females can be very driven. They can be very aloof about things.
That's true. Okay, I take that back. I do take that back.
Yeah. I mean, I see both sides. Yeah. I do see both sides. I do feel like, though, if you already to the point where, like, I feel like there could be more to this. Because if you're already in a point in your relationship where you are basically taking care of a person while you are allowing them to pursue their goals, that means that y'all have been in this for a chunk of time. Like, this, it's not maybe it could be 1 year, but it's not a 6-month situation where you decide I'm gonna take care of you. Yeah, y'all married, so y'all. I'm assuming you all have been in this relationship for some time. So certain things you should at least understand about each other. Right. And if you are just now learning that this is important to her, then yes, you should try to figure out what you can do. But on the flip side, for the other wife, you've known how she is. Like whatever characteristics that she has displayed, that her not buying gifts for anybody after she said she wasn't going to buy gifts for anybody, I find it hard to believe that that's coming as a surprise to you. Like most of the time, people have already shown you who they are. So maybe it's coming out of nowhere, but I doubt it.
So, and this is the thing. I think it would be different if it was like we never celebrated Valentine's Day, but the thing is, I won't be buying anybody anything for the next 3 years, right? So, you're not purchasing. I want to make sure I'm saying this correctly. I'm not getting presents for the next 3 years. We have never
We're
celebrated.
Not celebrating, yeah.
We've never celebrated Valentine's Day. So the fact that you woke up, if you didn't wake up and not mention Valentine's Day, you didn't mention anything about the day because, it reminds me of, the school shooting or, the trauma that I have experienced. So you've done these things before. So, okay, you don't have to buy me anything, but the acknowledgement of love. I mean, that's, no matter how people are, we're just celebrating Valentine's Day for anyway. The main, whatever happened, now people have changed it to being a different thing. Right? So if this is important, if we've celebrated this before, the acknowledgement of saying, or just telling somebody Happy Valentine's Day so you know what day it is. Write a nice note. Yeah. You could have made her lunch and put a note inside like, I can't really buy you anything. Even if you don't want to put emphasis on you can't buy anything, I appreciate you. Not just on Valentine's Day, but every day. Yeah. But today, I'm going to make sure I say it to you.
She could have even did a really nice Instagram post. Like, she could have sat and collaged some pictures together.
You could have drove to her job.
Yeah, and brought her lunch.
Yeah. Or said, hey, let's go take a walk. Like, I know you probably had already eaten. Like, what time do you have lunch? Go up to her job and say, hey, let's go for a nice walk.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of options.
It's a lot of options.
It's kind of giving the vibe of you're a little bit selfish. Like, you're so focused on what you got going on right now.
You can't see outside yourself.
Yeah. And
that can make you feel, I'm trying to forgive you, but now all of these thoughts have come into my mind because there's so many different ways. Like, this is not even, I think you could do these things with anything, Christmas or anniversaries and stuff. But really, Valentine's Day is really just affirming the love, the cupidness, what brought us together. So I'm not going for that, but anyway.
Well, you say she's the asshole.
I think so.
I don't think she's fully the asshole, but I get it.
I think she definitely should have done better. Especially, I think what I'm thinking about is someone who is allowing you to follow your dream. Yeah. I would celebrate them in every holiday, every way I could. Yeah. Yeah. Because they're making my life, they're allowing me to get to a goal that in other circumstances
you wouldn't be able to get to.
You wouldn't be able to get to.
True.
That's not cool. So.
Amen.
But anyway, I try not to offend. But I be having feelings, y'all. I do be having feelings. But that was a great episode. I hope everyone has a wonderful Valentine's Day. If you do celebrate, and if you don't celebrate, have a great day.
Yeah. Do something. Still happy Valentine's Day if you don't celebrate. Enjoy
being able to wake up another day.
Amen.
And see another, eat some candy.
You can celebrate love without celebrating Valentine's Day. Love in the romantic sense and in the platonic sense.
Yeah, you have friends. Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Love
Self-love.
On you.
Amen.
That's every day, all day. Twice on Sunday. So any closing thoughts?
No.
Listen, put some ideas in the comments. Just in case she got time, because Valentine, y'all not doing it on Valentine's Day. Yeah. She going off the weekend. She got time. Listen, they got time.
Yeah, give me some gift ideas.
Find some friends, male friends. Like, what would you get your wife, or what would you want your wife to get you? Somebody that don't really have an idea. So,
yeah, drop those in the comments
for us. And again, make sure you hit us up on social media if you have any. If you don't want to put it in glass everywhere, and if you don't want to put it in the comments and you want to send an email, we're thoughtsingtheglass@gmail.com.
Yeah. If you loved hanging out with us as much as we loved hanging out with you, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, tap the notification button, and also help us grow our amazing community by letting your friends know where the party's at.
Okay. And with that, I don't even got nothing. With that being said,
drink to that.
Drink to that.